Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Mythical Meats, it is the Flaming Hot Dragon Beef Jerky. It is not Dragon Jerky. It is beef jerky. Dragon Jerky, well, so, presuming dragons actually existed, this one's got a sort of interesting form to it. They would probably be lizards. And curiously enough, I think they have alligator jerky for some of what they're doing. So, very interesting. And of course so you would think, okay, Dungeons & Dragons stuff. They did do a Dungeons & Dragons snack tie-in as well. So, you're thinking on the right track. That's what you're thinking. So, for those who like their snacks as fiery as they are, warning, may ignite a craving for adventure, treasure, and epic battles against knights. Side effects may include spontaneous fire breathing and an irrational fear of damsels in distress. I shall fear no damsel, good sir. All right, so we've got beef, soy sauce, sugar, smoke, spices, red pepper. So when I used to make beef jerky, and if you got to about here, there'd be black pepper as well in mine. This would cover a lot of what I used for the marinade. Carolina Reaper powder, I don't think that was around when I was actually, it's been quite a while since I made jerky. I can't remember if the Carolina Reaper had just or was on the verge of being the hottest pepper. It's quite some time ago now. Garlic powder and cultured dextrose, which I believe is also sugar. All right, so let's take us a little look-see. And, I just couldn't resist when the whole dragon jerky thing. I was like, oh, I gotta get that. It does smell kind of interesting. This isn't those red bits. I don't think are the Reaper. That's just the red, like pizza pepper. There is some dust here. Is this Reaper dust? I'm not sure. Let's find out. Uh-oh. Dang. I've been on a good run with jerkies of having some fairly tender ones. I think that streak just ended. Oh, man. That's too bad. Honestly, this is the kind of jerky I don't like. Tough, stringy. Well, we'll keep it on here. Let's see if we can't find some. This kind of looks like the old Lowry's. I don't even know if they make beef jerky anymore. Back then, most beef jerky was quite tough. Lowry sidestepped that by using pieces and then forming it. I thought the flavor was pretty good. Oh, it's been years and years since I've had that as well. I don't even know if they make it anymore. It reminded me a lot of dog treats, though. Okay. I will give this a legit 1 for eat. Flavor-wise, though, it's missing something. I'm finding this a touch on the bland side. I mean, it is punchy. So they did use enough of the Mighty Reaper to notice. And I think they do some exotic meats as well. I mean, it's not bad. It's just kind of your standard sort of salt soyish. A slight bit of smoke. Beef jerky. I'm not going to attempt to do a separate burn on this. Because I feel like I need to eat this somewhat carefully. The way they cut this up is really weird. I mean, it's not bad. I wouldn't call it... It's not flaming hot, you see. It's flaming hot. Flaming. It's not that either. I'm not breathing fire. Still, I'm not afraid of damsels in distress or otherwise. Whether they're damsels in distress or distressing damsels. Yeah, I mean, a good solid legit 1 for heat. It's so streaky though. So that last one I had was actually quite nice. It was tender, had some good flavor saturation. It's actually a bit punchy. Notably punchier on the heat side than some of the others. But then you get pieces that are just clunky. Packaging is cool though. I think they also have a hot sauce as well. I don't know if they're making that, but or this. Sometimes the exotic meats can be fun to try. I know Arby's had tinkered with some burgers with like elk and buffalo and something else, I think, once upon a time. But, you know, this is where you can kind of get into different meats. You know, I've had ostrich, I've had camel, and those things are not easy to get in America. So having them through like meat sticks, for instance, is, you know, in a lot of respects, as close as you might be able to get. I've had snake, I've had alligator. Goat. A lot of different things. Obviously, I wouldn't ever want to eat anything on an endangered species list, for sure, at a bare minimum. But it was kind of fun to... The first sort of unusual thing I had years and years and years ago was duck. And I know it's not that unusual, but for us it was. And that was pretty wild. I was like, whoa. It's a whole new world. Same as when I had sushi for the first time. I'll have a couple more of these and then we're going to call it, I think. I've eaten probably a little bit more than half the bag. Maybe not quite 2/3, but... I do notice that one of the bigger frontiers where a lot of the spicy stuff is getting traction now is in meat snacks. Which does make sense. You know, so flavor-wise, all right. Flavor-wise, we'll call this just solid. It's okay. It's fine. It's more or less what you'd expect from a beef jerky. Heat-wise, legit one. Like I said, they did use enough of the Mighty Mighty Reaper. It doesn't really impact the taste, but there is like a pleasant amount of heat to it. It's not punishing or anything like that, but it's certainly hotter, I think, than most people might be accustomed to. Chili heads won't be challenged by this, so. Yeah, so good, solid, legit one for heat. Decent flavor. Again, nothing I'm not having kittens over it, that's for sure. But you can't see Flamin' Hot Dragon and know that there's Mighty Mighty Reapers in there. And at least not, you know, my ears perk up a little bit. You gotta have a little bit of interest and stuff like that. So the whole Hot Animal action playlist is, I mean, it's mostly meats. There is cheeses and stuff in there as well, but a lot of that is just that's a fun list, I think, for me to do. I really like that list. And I like that they're having jerkies that aren't like chewing on leather or chewing on, you know, like a dog chewing on a rawhide strap. This one is kind of closer to a lot of the main reason that I wasn't doing jerkies for quite a while to begin with. It's in my teeth. I don't like that. This was a lot tougher than a lot of the other jerkies that I have in that playlist, where this will live as well. So I did have quite a few though without stumbling into that though. So I am pleased about that. And I guess that streak had to end at some point, but I like the packaging. I like the idea of this. Execution wise, I don't think it's great, but I have had a lot worse as well. So I would say this is in more towards the middle, maybe, you know, towards the bottom-ish a little bit. In terms of flavor, in terms of heat, it's probably in the, oh, where do we put this? Probably in the bottom of the upper third is about where I'd put that. So, yeah, very interesting approach here. Gonna keep my eye on these guys and see if there's anything else there that may be kind of fun to play around with. But that is gonna do it for this one. That was the Mythical Meats Flamin' Hot Dragon Beef Jerky. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.